1 in Media City, Dock House, whilst in SO3. We're going to go back now to Quasi. Hello.
Hi.
Janet, first things first, before we get to the album and even the band in a way, you have been through a very rough time at the moment, haven't you, over the last few years. Do you mind explaining what's happening? Or
No, I don't mind at all. I got in a really awful car accident with my partner, and I got pretty banged up, and I broke both my legs and my collarbone. Had to have surgeries, and they kind of pieced me back together with a bunch of metal and screwed it all in. And it was a little bit of a waiting game to kind of see if it was all going to work. And luckily, it's all seemed to kind of be back on track. So it's a huge relief.
I can't even begin to imagine. I mean, not only for anybody going through that, but obviously with your talent and your job, the physicality of it, everything must have just been racing around your mind at that point in time.
I remember being in the emergency room, and the surgeon came in and said, "Okay, well, you broke both your legs and your collarbone," and I just laughed. I was like, what kind of drummer can have 2 broken legs and a broken collarbone? I mean, I feel like I was determined, even if I didn't recover all the way to figure it out, but I feel very happy to be back and be able to play up to the kind of standard that I expect for myself.
Yeah, well, it's mutual. I mean, just so great to see what you doing, what you do. But not surprisingly, it did have a profound effect on you, didn't it? It
did. It really makes you appreciate the opportunity to play music, which is so special and is so unique. There's nothing like it. So you don't want to think about not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's completely understandable, because, you don't want to take anything for granted when you've been in that situation, do you?
It really, I mean, it's true that you don't really know what you've got until it's almost gone. And then you're like, wait, hang on a sec. So yeah, the cliches are real.
Yeah, of course. And so, did that make you more determined? Because there was a point in time where it looked like Quasi might not necessarily come back again, wasn't there?
I think we always we enjoy playing together, and I don't think we ever thought that Janet and I wouldn't play together. We wondered if we were going to make new music. We have so many songs, so many records. It would be easier for us to go out and tour and play, an infinite number of songs practically from our old albums, but yeah, we changed our mind.
Well, I'm glad you did. And so, of course, Quasi did return, but within lockdown, which is the worst possible time you could probably do it in some respects, but you decided to make yourself a regime, I believe, to stick to.
That's true. I think for me, physically, I just thought the best way to get back in shape is to kind of pretend like we're on tour. And so we played every day, just a set's worth of music, and the new songs, we worked on them every single day. And it really worked. There's just some kind of magic to that equation of the everyday practice. And that really kind of helped us. I mean, it was we were lucky that Sam was just writing all these amazing songs during a time when most people were feeling really terrible. And Sam was somehow channeling this incredible new material. So we had a lot to work on, and it was good timing because I was just kind of feeling better and getting back to it. And we had, it gave me a sense of purpose, and I don't know, it was a good time in the midst of a really difficult time.
Yeah, of course, sounds like it. And I love the fact that you were kind of treating it like you were on tour. But how far did that go? Did you have a rider every day, and did you wash your underwear and socks in a sink every night?
Hummus and pita at the practice space every day. No, it's pretty much just the commitment to play some every day. That really helped.
They say that music is healing, and it really is. I mean, even just this morning, I was splitting headache and feeling, jet lag. I felt like I was hungover. And now we're playing music, I feel like $1 million.
Great. Well, you're sounding like it as well. So you recorded the album in 5 days with John Goodmanson, didn't you?
Something like that.
7 days, maybe.
Right, okay.
Not a lot of days.
Okay.
Yes, with John Goodmanson in Seattle, Washington, at a studio called Robert Lang Studios. It's like a weird studio built into a hillside, very quirky. It was just pretty much the three of us in there. It was still kind of during COVID time, so we, would test before we started, and it was cool. It was really insular and easy to focus, and I had the greatest time.
So, but the Quasi sound itself is so compact, and I was just wondering, did John do an Albini and just basically make sure that he got everything down that you wanted to be on tape, or did he try and change things that you were doing?
No, we wanted to keep it very close to how we play it when we perform live. We did end up throwing a couple of little treats on there for the listeners, but it's we pretty much just set up in a room and played as if we were playing, a set in front of people. Although we did take breaks between songs and didn't, unlike this mini set where we're going to blast right through it.
Absolutely, yeah. And so, well, the LP, I only got it today, but it's out on the 10th of February. And you're coming back for more dates next year, I believe.
We're going to be back in probably the second half of April. And hopefully we're going to go to every single town in the UK.
Maybe we'll hold you to that now you've said it. Okay, so what songs are you going to do for us now, and in what order?
Well, we're going to start with an oldie that we often start with in our live set. It's called, we call it Orbiting Pods. That's always been the working title, but on the record it's called Our Happiness is Guaranteed.
Great.
And we're going to go into a new song called Doom Scrollers, and then another new song called Nowheresville.
Fabulous. Okay, Quasi live in session. Thank you.